How y'all doing, people? How y'all doing? This is another episode of Beyond the Bleachers. I'm your host, Jay Lew, here with the co-host, Hugh. What's up, man?
What's happening, man? Everything good?
Yeah, man, everything is good, man. I want to just say, well, I think his birthday is on the 18th, if I'm not mistaken, but I know they celebrated on that first, on the Monday before. So I just want to say happy birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King. And we're observing this holiday today. So we're doing this show in Dr. King's honor. So happy birthday, Dr. King, and thanks for everything. Man, we got a lot to talk about today, man.
Absolutely.
we still got to talk about the that amazing game from last Monday, the national championship game between Alabama and Clemson. We're gonna talk about that. Talk about the national champs. We talking NFL. We talking NBA. I found some stuff. You found a little something to talk about with the NBA. I know you texted me earlier this week. I was saying, last week you were telling me, like, man, nothing really going on in the NBA, man. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I kind of pulled some little gems out. So, yeah, I wanted to do that. And then I wanted to, I want to start out. I want to talk a little bit of politics right now. I know our producer Q gonna have some stuff to say about this, man. I had this stuff, but first of all, I just want to thank everybody for listening to our podcast, supporting us. I know a lot of people at my job, man, was asking me, how do they listen to the show and stuff like that. I know Q posts on YouTube, so you can look up Beyond the Bleachers on YouTube, E-Block Radio on YouTube, and then, like I said, man, you guys can call in, talk to us whenever you guys can. We're on at 6 o'clock on Mondays from 6 to 8 normally, and just call in, man. Call in, talk to us. We'll put you through. The number is 760-283-4647. That's the number. And call in, man, talk to us. Give us your thoughts on whatever sports we're talking about at the time, whatever topics we're talking about at the time, man. We'd love to hear from you guys. And then Q, again, does a great job with marketing the show. Puts it all on social media. So be looking out for that. I know it'll be on my page, Hugh's page, a lot too. So you guys look out for that, man. We, like I said, we thank you for your support. We try our best to make the show as best we can, man. Just the best sports podcast you can listen to besides listening to stuff on First Take and Undisputed. But yeah, man. I know you heard about the stuff that was going on with Steve Harvey thing, man. How you feel about that, Hugh?
You know what? I haven't actually heard about that, bro. What happened with Steve Harvey?
Okay. Well, actually, I made a post yesterday, and I kind of did it in fun, but I was kind of serious at the same time. I was saying that people were criticizing Steve Harvey for having a meeting with Donald Trump. Steve Harvey has been known to be kind of anti-Trump.
Yeah.
I think before he got elected, was talking, anti-Trump or whatever, and then he just had a meeting with him not too long ago. I think late last week. He had a meeting with him, and this whole weekend, everybody been killing Steve Harvey with stuff on the internet, all these memes and stuff. D.L. Hughley even went and did a video talking about it. He wasn't really talking about Steve Harvey, but he was kind of directing his anger towards Donald Trump and saying that he likes to bring famous athletes, famous actors and comedians and stuff like this out, and try to hey, I like black people or whatever type deal. But Steve Harvey was supposed to be working with Dr. Ben Carson and HUD and home developing projects and stuff like that. And Steve Harvey was saying that hey, after meeting Trump, he's a pretty good dude. Pretty cool guy. I mean, how do you feel about that, man? Because people was calling him a coon, a Uncle Tom, and all this crap, man. How do you feel about that, man? Hearing it now.
Man, I'm a little terrified, man, of what's going to go on, man. A lot of people in America speak their voice, and they're terrified, man, because I really appreciate hearing a lot of the voices, definitely like with the Golden Globe Awards for Meryl Streep when she mentioned, we have a guy who's bullying handicaps and, who, sexually active or get a little too over aggressive when it comes to women, like when he was saying one of the things about, petting women in their private parts. That was a little out of line, man. And a lot of things he said, sometimes you could get caught up in saying things. You need to keep your mouth shut because a lot of times, even if you're joking, the media will take it and blow it out of proportion. But as a man of trying to become the president of our United States, I just think that he handled a lot of things wrong and said a lot of things he shouldn't have said. And, his mouth got him in the trouble he's in today. I'm really afraid for us right now as far as American citizens because I don't know what he has in store. But as far as to put Steve Harvey out there and call him out names and call him a coon and things of that reference, man, I just feel like he feels probably like a lot of other people were and they don't really too much care about Trump, but he want to give him a chance. He is our president. I think it sucks. But a lot of people are looking at it now and they're like, well, if he's driving the bus or if he's going to be the person who's the pilot on the plane, we don't want to crash. We don't want him to crash. We want to at least steer him in the right direction. But I still feel like no matter what he's got out of him, it doesn't really matter, or what he felt like he did in that behind closed doors meeting. It's like he's going to have to back these things up. But, yeah, to call him out like that and, put him on blast, man, I think that's just really crazy, man. But he's already been under a lot of scrutiny, man, when he messed up that pageantry, man. And it's like, get a man some slack. I think that we all just need to brace ourselves and figure what's going to happen from the time Donald Trump is in office. But at the same time, don't lash out at Steve Harvey for what he feels. I feel like for him to have that anger and then finally see him and meet and have that meeting, he's probably within peace. I don't know what they said or what's going on. He probably liked what Trump's saying, but I still don't really have too much faith in any of the presidents, man, because they're going to have their job to do, and they're going to do it no matter if we like it or not. But at the same time, it's like, well, man, it's not up to him. You can call it whatever you want. It's up to Donald Trump and what he's going to do to make things better in America, or to quote him, to make things great again.
Yeah. Well, my view on this is kind of it's direct. It's as direct as I can be about this. Now, people who know me know I don't like politics. I hate them. I hate politics. I really don't stand them. I don't like talking them or nothing. But I am a Steve Harvey supporter. I like Steve Harvey. He has a really, really inspiring testimony about himself, and I kind of admire it. When I went back and listened to the videos about him talking about Trump and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I saw then I saw him doing the whole, meeting with Trump and for the housing development thing, and then talking about, he's a pretty good guy. It didn't bother me like that. It bothered me to hear how everyone wanted to be pro-black at that point. And what I mean by that is calling him names, Coon, Uncle Tom, this and that and the other. He a Trey, a sellout, this type of stuff. Now, when I posted on my Facebook page about this, I was directing that towards, I was directing it mostly towards the black community. And I was saying that the main people that's criticizing Steve Harvey will be the main people that's actually in trying situations right now, where if Trump came to them and offered them a 6-figure job, 7-figure job, and money, they would take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or listen to what he had to say or whatever. So I'm saying, shut up. Just shut up. Leave Steve Harvey alone. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do something. It seems to me he's trying to do something positive about the whole situation. And sometimes when people are out in the public eye, they get to yapping here and yapping there and whatever. And then you meet them, sometimes you be like, pretty cool person. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool, pretty edgy, can be an asshole at times, but he's pretty cool, But, Steve Harvey can't have that opinion about Trump now because, he had before he met him, he had this public, view of him, this outside view of him or whatever, and probably he was talking and, Trump probably wanted to know something or whatever. And another thing too, Hugh, why do we as black people feel like we're the most relevant group right now when it comes to government? Like the government is just like, let's attack black people now. We got a Republican in. It's time to attack the blacks. Like, we're not the only ones that's getting dogged out or racist shown towards. You know what I'm saying? Latinos have to deal with it. The LGBT community has to deal with it. Asian people have to deal with it. People with disabilities have to deal with that stuff. Everything. You know what I'm saying?
People.
To be honest, people haven't been too relevant to the government in a long time. Like a long time. And forget the fact that we had a black president, which that's another conversation for another day. But as far as government-wise, doing something for us or whatever, man, I feel like it's up to us and our community now to change stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's up to us.
Yeah.
And the same people that's criticizing Steve Harvey are the same people that will walk past people that have the same skin color as they do, and they're in need. You know what I'm saying? You have more than another person, but wouldn't give because you worried about, they gonna do this with it, or they gonna do that, or whatever. Want to have control of something instead of just helping or going into an area and helping young boys, get to school or get to football, basketball practice or whatever, or rebuilding a community or whatever. Same people calling Steve Harvey a coon and all this junk, but won't help their own people. So. And
you're absolutely right, Jay. That's right.
Yeah, man.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't, and that pisses me off to hear that stuff from people, and they're not doing anything to help their own community out. You know what I'm saying? Just like be quiet. Be quiet about him doing that stuff. Let him do what he gonna do or whatever. Now if he come out and start, I don't even think he's earned the right to be called a coon or nothing like that. I think that those are just straight up out of the park, names to call somebody when he just met with him and was, trying to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? Like he's literally trying to do something positive, and we looking at it as we try to always, us as black people always try to put so much emphasis on racism and this and the other, and we end up being racist our goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't stand these white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Let's worry about our community and building our community up right now. Because to the government, they don't care. And to be honest, the importance of us died when they start pushing that LGBT community, man. It started dying as far as, the importance of African Americans and whatever, man. Like as far as from a political standpoint, rights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They led their own movement. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole bunch of stuff pushed, marriage, all that stuff. All this stuff happened under Obama's watch. You know what I'm saying? So, how relevant are we at this point? You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit, man. Just get that off my chest because I'm like, I got to bring that up on the show, man. See how everybody feel about that, because it's just, I don't like people talking about Steve like that, man. That's wrong as hell.
But everybody always have a way to point fingers, man, and always try to back off of the excuse of the things of what we can do better, man, and how we can focus on ourselves and try to do better, like you said, for our communities as black men and women, man. We need to focus on trying to build in our, first off, we need to do better in our communities, man, and we just need to be better people towards one another, man, because it just hurts me, man, to see how our people are sometimes, man. Like, Jay, you can come and, like, say, for instance, if you was working with me, man, and you come to work, and I know that it's a job where you got to get down and dirty to the nitty-gritty, but you wear nice things. And I'm wearing some regular clothes, like I know I'm going to get dirty because I'm going to work hard, but then you do the same thing, the same job I do, but then I look at you like, who this guy think he is? He coming here wearing all these fancy clothes, looking like this, and I don't understand why he thinks that he's better than everybody. Most times people will see you and they'll portray that, or they'll just look at you and they'll judge you without even knowing you. And we just need to do a better job as black people, is focusing on trying to do better for ourselves, man, and being better in the society and, like, just doing in our communities. And I feel like that's something we really need to push more forward, man, and we need to work more harder at, man, and trying to do more for one another, man, united, because for the most part, man, like, if anything happened between us and we try to make a statement, man, it's not really going to really be pushed because we won't have enough people behind it. Like, for instance, at a job, if you had a situation where you think you're not being treated fair and you want to go on strike, a lot of people, black people, would be like, man, I don't know if I want to do it. And if everybody else standing up, they'll still kind of, go to the side like, I don't know, because, I got a family and kids and I don't want to lose my job. But everybody standing up and trying to strike in for one cause, we all got to do more things together as black people and stand strong and strengthen in numbers. We need to show those numbers and start doing better stuff and downplaying one another.
Exactly. And that was my whole point, Hugh. Like, we're adding to the problem by criticizing this man for something and basically showing how racist we can be too. Oh, you round this white man, you coon and all this junk. Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, really? Like, for real? You just gonna call the guy a coon and Uncle Tom? Like, You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. I don't feel like white people are out to get us no more. Like, we're not relevant like that no more. Like, they're not out to get us. Because
I have a question, Jay.
Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but did you see that last episode of Blackish, man? That came on recently, man. It was actually a pretty deep episode, man. It was like every now and then you'll see the show. It's like a lot of, comic stuff and a lot of silly things that goes on the show. But then this last episode got really deep because they were talking about politics, man. And a lot of the people in there were upset, and you'd be surprised because more of the white people were upset that, Trump was in office than, I would have thought this on the show, period. It was like they had their room, and it was like maybe 3 guys who was upset with Trump being in office, and then you had Wanda Sykes, and you had, Anthony Anderson on the opposite side, and they were talking and speaking their opinion as well. It was like they were all kind of together discussing this situation. And it got to the point where it got really heated, but Anthony Anderson wasn't really saying much. He kind of listened to everybody voice their opinions, and then when he had, heard them saying, well, how could we let this happen, And one of the white ladies on the show was saying, we voted for Trump because we didn't really know what Hillary had to offer. We didn't trust what she was saying, and they felt like they didn't really know who was the better or the lesser evil, so that's why they went with Trump. But the lady had her reasons behind her voting for Trump because she didn't know much about Hillary and her background. So that's when, Anthony Anderson kind of laughed and gave a smirk, and the guy on the show, one of the white males on the show, the manager of their staff, said, you act like you don't even care what's going on right now in America. And he broke it down to him, man. He was like, well, I love this country, man, probably more than any of you guys, even though we get kicked in the face every day and we get mistreated and we get treated like criminals and they hate us in America, in a place that we're supposed to love. He said, man, I came up on the roughest streets that you can ever imagine. We worked at some of the roughest jobs ever. And we go through hell as black people in the black race. And we still went out and we voted because that's the right thing to do. And we still don't feel like no matter who's the president, it's not going to change anything in our neighborhood. So don't you dare tell me how I feel and how I don't love this country because I love a country that don't even love me back.
Exactly.
And I was like, man, that was pretty deep to hear that on that show, man. And, to hear that situation go on in hand because, we go through a lot, man, as, a society, not just as blacks, it's just, if you're a minority, period. But at the end of the day, we still have to do what we have to do, man, and just, just work hard, man, and just be blessed and thank God for what we have, man, because I know, man, it could be worse. But I just go and I just do each and everything I could every day to provide for me and my family. And that's what I'm out there for, man. But then it's like we need to be more together to focus on all our issues, man, because that's the main purpose right now, man. A lot of people don't unite, man, to do the things that we're supposed to do, man. And I'm not just talking about black people, man. I'm talking about people in general need to do a better job of, whenever we have these issues, man, to be more united, man. Because like you said, man, it was really nasty when, Trump first got into office, man, and when Trump was winning in the votes, man, you seen the true otherness of people, man, and it was a shame.
Yeah, you saw it. You saw it come out, man, a lot. But I'm just saying, man, we as black people, man, just need to focus more on what we can do. Plus, trying to help build our community up, man. Quit worrying about who after us and, the white man after me and I ain't going to let him, blah, blah, whatever. And it's like, no matter what we do, we're still responsible for our own communities. You know what I'm saying? I was bringing up something yesterday. on my post, and I was saying, you know, public figures, big public figures like Oprah, you know, Tyler Perry, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? These people who got buku money like that, why aren't they trying to make a difference with their money and build certain things in the community or help out more, give more to, you know, just not to charities. Personally give money or help out people, because most of the time when you have money, money changes situations. You know what I'm saying? Money changes, builds community, builds stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole thing, man. We don't have any strong black leaders anymore that will stand up and be like, no matter what, I may get popped for that, I may get killed or whatever, but I'm gonna do what I got to do for the goodness of my people. You know what I'm saying? That's what Dr. King did. That's what Malcolm X did. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. They knew they had targets on their backs. You know what I'm saying? But they still went out and did public speeches. You know what I'm saying? Stood strong for what they believed in, didn't care about the consequences, what was going to come. They did everything they could to help their people. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King went to jail multiple times for other people's freedoms. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X took up a whole bunch of scrutiny, man. His name dragged through the mud just so people could have certain freedoms. You know what I'm saying? But now we get, you know, people now with money and power, like money. Like Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire, talking bread. You know what I'm saying? Like real big money. And they give these charities, which is which you get a tax write-off on, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they give to these big charities, oh, we gave this much money to this charity or that charity or whatever. What about the people around that community and that little boys and girls club that you gave to? Did you go, you know what I'm saying? You got enough money to go to households and change the situation. You know what I'm saying? And us as black people, they've designed us to not want to do that for our people. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong to do that. It's wrong to go into another household and give them money. We don't know what they're going to do with it. They might, blah, blah, blah. You still try to help a situation out. You know what I'm saying? You went, did what you had to do to try to help out. You know what I'm saying?
People dog out Colin Kaepernick. Jay, not trying to cut you off, but I'm looking at things that he's done in the past, just recently, man. A lot of people dogged him because they're like, you need to sit down. You just want attention because you're not starting as the quarterback. But then, you know, he donated, you know, $1 million to underserved communities. You know, he gave $100K a month, man, per month to charity. You know, and it's just him recognizing and seeing some of these problems that's going on in life in general. And he's basically trying to give back under his own will, man, because he felt like he had a voice to speak out. And people bashed him about it, but he's still making his voice heard, and he's backing it up by giving to charities and giving money and doing, you know, what guys who have money and athletes do, man. You know, he gave back. And those guys don't got that Oprah Winfrey and them type money. You know, they don't got that type of big money like she do. But the little money he do have, I respect the fact that no matter what people say and how they diss Colin Kaepernick for what he believes and his belief, for him to still give back when he can.
Yeah, and like I said, man, that was the whole purpose of me talking about that. With the whole money thing, man, they try to make it seem like it's something bad that somebody would try to do. In other communities, other races, they don't have that issue. You know what I'm saying? They go in, help families out, give food, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. Us, they want to keep us divided, man, instead of us coming together. You know what I'm saying? Helping each other out. They want us to call each other coons and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps us divided. It keeps us fighting, and it keeps us from coming together as one and just for a positive purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I just like I said, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. And just hit on that subject, man, because it kind of just pissed me off just seeing people who just run their mouth and not trying to do nothing in their community. Like, if you're not trying to do nothing in community, shut up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing to make no difference nowhere. So be quiet trying to call him something. You know what I'm saying? Putting your fist in the air when it's only convenient for you. You know what I'm saying? To say something about something, to criticize somebody else, then, you know what I'm saying, you all of a sudden, you know, Huey P. Newton, you know what I'm saying, Black Power, you know, Black Panthers, we rise in the bud, man, shut the hell up. We're trying to do nothing. What happened to the family that you know what I'm saying, said they was hungry, and you go over with a box of food for them and feed them for a week or a month for whatever you make? Hell no. I want to criticize Steve Harvey for something. Man, please. Anyway, trying to get into sports, man. I hope that kind of enlightens some people. If you guys have anything to say, if you guys listen to the show right now, you can call in at 760-283-4647. Hit that number 1 button. We'll put you through, and we can talk about some stuff, man. We're about to get into sports right now. Let's talk, man. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, national championship games I've ever seen in my life. I've been watching college football for years, and I've never seen a college football game this good like this. I mean, coming down to the final seconds, like literally, like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hugh, man, give me a rate. What would you on an all-time level? What would you rate that game?
I give it a 10, man, because I definitely didn't think it was going to be, you know, that great, man. 1 to 10, most times people will say a 9 or even giving a 9.5. I'll say that get 10 because it was everything that you wanted in a game, man. Alabama had all the time to win that game. I was a little surprised at first because, remember, I stood up and told the world that I didn't think Jalen Hurts was ready for that big stage and he would choke. But he showed me and everybody else who probably figured that wrong, man. He was the man that game. If they would have won, he definitely would have been the MVP because he stepped out there and he played lights out, man. I really didn't think he had that in him. What surprised me more than anything was Clemson was smart. They ran and kept running and doing those plays where they did the no huddles to get Alabama's defense tired. But the shocking thing out of everything it wasn't Clemson winning the game because I figured they were going to win in a close game, but it was Alabama's game to lose, man, and the unsportsmanlike conduct on one of the guys, you know, and that kept the drive going, and then the pass interference in the end zone because they were going to kick a field goal. They was getting ready to kick a field goal, but those 2 plays, those penalties were so bad that it got them closer to, you know, seeing that or smelling that championship. And when you're on the goal line, I don't care how good you are, man. I don't think nobody will be able to stop you when you're like first and goal on the 1-yard line. It was just Alabama making mistakes. That was the biggest surprise of it all. And there was so much crap going on with Alabama with the, you know, Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin, them not letting them be in the championship game, just making them go off and, you know, get ready to coach his other school and, you know, the little crap that was talked behind the closed doors where Saban, like, I did it because it was best for the team. And, you know, it was too much stuff going on behind closed doors, but they still stepped up and played a solid game. Just really was surprised at the mistakes that Bama made. I definitely didn't think that they'll be making those many mistakes at that wrong time. That shows that they're still a young team and the maturity level's not there yet. But that's the most dangerous thing about this Crimson Tide team, too, man. They're still kind of young, man. While, you know, a lot of the Clemson players about to go off into the NFL, man. You know, Alabama's still a young team in the making, and to make it this year, that lets you know we're going to see a lot more Alabama, so they should keep their heads up. Clemson, man, you can't take nothing from them, man. They had a high-power offense. Their defense was pretty good, and you got to tilt your hat off to them, man. That was a pretty good game, man. It was a great championship game.
I give this game a 10 as well. And I put it real high, like I said, if not number one. The only other national championship game I could think of that was this good was the USC-Texas game. I forget when it was. 2010 popped in my head, but I don't know if it was 2010. But when Vince Young ran the touchdown in, I think it was like 10 seconds left or something, to win the championship for Texas. That game comes to mind. Seeing this game, seeing Deshaun Watson just transform throughout the game. Did you notice that, Hugh? How when the game started, he was rattled a little bit, and they were hitting him so hard, man. They was hitting him hard. They was hitting those receivers hard. And Williams got hit so hard, man. Oh, my goodness. And I'm like, dog, this might be rough for Clemson today. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget too, Jay, the football guys was on their side, man, for Scarborough being hurt, because I think if he stayed in the game, they definitely would have won Alabama. That was a sigh of relief. I know everybody was happy that young man, that running back, got hurt and he left the game. I think he broke his leg, didn't he?
Yeah, they said there was some kind of issue with that, with his foot or something. I think foot or leg or something.
Killing those boys, man. Him being on that offense, if he still stayed in, that would have been a difference maker. Him getting hurt, that really impacted that game. So definitely the football guys had a lot to do with that, because I was like, hurt. I said, I definitely don't see Alabama even winning. But then again, though, you still can't say that, because Alabama made mistakes at the end, Jay, that they never make. Unsportsmanlike conduct and pass interference, you never see that defense be that undisciplined, man. And that's what I believe had to do with them losing, because they still played a solid game, because when they needed a play, Jalen Hurts came in and he made that hell of a run. When not that much time.
They were in a position to win the game. So after, because Scarborough went out in the earlier part in the third quarter. So when he went out, they were still in control of the game. You know what I'm saying? That Clemson still had to mount a comeback, and just the moxie and just the resilientness of Deshaun Watson. Man, it just came through. I haven't seen that in a college quarterback in a long time. You know what I'm saying? To be just intimidated, like somebody trying to intimidate them, and they just stood in the face of fear. Like, I'm not gonna back down. Like, we won in this championship. And I text one of my buddies, and I was telling him, I said, Clemson's determination is going to win this game for them. Their determination right now. Clemson's determination and their will to win was going to get them through this game. And sure enough, man, it came down to, like I said, the last possession Clemson had, and they ended up winning the game. And I just had a feeling they was going to get that championship for their coach, man. They really wanted it the year before. And I know it was something for them to come back this year and get back to that, you know what I'm saying, to this point against the same team and beat them, man. I just want to say congratulations to the Clemson Tigers for winning the national championship, man. They played a hell of a game. This is one of the best college football national championships I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I definitely love that game. It was a back-and-forth game at the end because, like you said, at first I was like, man, it looked like it's going to be all Bama. I'm like, man, I know my family's going to talk mess to me now. And I definitely felt like they had an opportunity to win. But it was just, I feel like the determination of the team, they just wouldn't back down. They wasn't intimidated. They said, we're not going to back down. We know who the big bad Crimson Tide is. And they stood their ground, man. And Mike Williams cost them spectacular catches, man, when it came close to the end of the game, man. It kept them in it, man. That was damn near like a Super Bowl game we saw, man, for college kids, man. Those guys are ready for the next level, man, a lot of them. So I was definitely proud of both teams, man, but really proud of Clemson, man, for them to definitely go through that determination period to where it seemed like you said, they got graveled and they still stuck it out. Yeah, that was a solid game, man. I would actually love to see that game again when the opportunities come.
Oh, yeah. Those 2 games I would like to watch from the bowl season again. I want to see that Michigan and Florida State game again, and I want to watch the national championship game. I have to watch it again, man. Both those games were just epic games. Those were the best bowl games to me as far as defense, offense is concerned, and a team coming back and stuff like that, man. It's just those were the 2 best games of the bowl season for me, I think. But yeah, man. So the college season is over. That means football is about to be over in a minute, man. We got a month. We got a month. A whole full month, Hugh, for football.
We might as well enjoy it while we can.
You getting sad yet, man?
Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous, man. Definitely more sad than anything, though, because I'm like, man, it takes a while for anything else, entertainment, to really come back on. But then I know, too, the one thing I am looking forward to after that is bracing myself and seeing what's going to happen for the All-Star weekend. I usually don't watch the All-Star football game. I really think it's trash. I mean, the Pro Bowl, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch basketball All-Star game. I usually watch the 3-point dunk contest and the, skills challenge.
Right.
But it's not really much that you can really look forward to, man. It's not nothing that really makes you more excited, man. I just look like, well, let's see what's going to happen when it gets to the playoffs, when they start seeding the teams in basketball. That's where it's going to start getting good again, because right now we got these conference championships. It's going to be really solid games that I'm definitely looking forward to. And, yeah, man, just really getting ready to try to shape up the Super Bowl, and I'm still taking it one game at a time right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is like one of the worst times for us sports fans, man, because we have to endure just one sport, really. Like the main, because the main sport is really for us guys are football, basketball, college basketball, college football, and baseball. You know what I'm saying? For some, I mean, I'm not a baseball guy. I think I'm gonna try my best to get more into it this year. But those are it. So after football, which is one of the most popular sports with guys, once that's gone, the college is gone, and then the NFL is about to wrap up in February. It's like, damn, okay, we got March Madness and we got NBA. You know what I'm saying? Spring training gonna be starting for baseball soon. So, then NBA is over in June. And, yeah, college is over April. It's over in June. Then it's baseball. You know what I'm saying? So football is done and all this stuff, man. We got to wait so many months for football to come back and turn around. And we just like, oh, my goodness, hurry up. So I'm going to enjoy these last couple weeks of watching football. And, yeah, man, that's what I'm going to do. But I want to switch gears right quick, man, and talk about the NBA. And I know we don't have too much to talk about with the NBA, but like I said,
Mm-hmm.
man, I found some gems. When do the Warriors and Cavs play tonight? You know what time? I ain't even look.
You know what? I'm definitely about to check on that because, those are teams that I follow, so it definitely should be on. They play at 8 o'clock, TNT.
Okay, they play at 8. All right, got it. Okay, yeah, man. They play tonight or whatever, and everybody, hyping that game up and stuff like that. I think the Warriors gonna take. I think they're gonna split, but that ain't what I want to talk about. I want to talk about. Okay, I had an observation the other day. Now, I was looking at SportsCenter. So I was looking at some stuff they were featuring Russell Westbrook. And then they featured James Harden. And they were like, these guys are going to be, the two biggest front runners for MVP. And the reason they're going to be the two biggest front runners for MVP is these guys are getting triple doubles just like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook just had his 18th triple double. 18th triple double.
That's insane, man.
And it's not even February yet. It's not even All-Star break. James Harden has like about 14, I think. 14 of them, 15, something like that. So he's right on Russell's ass with the triple-double thing. You see some other guys getting triple-doubles too. Now, I was thinking, I'm like, I remember back in the day when guys used to get triple-doubles like a Jason Kidd or something, we would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Jay Kidd just had a triple-double, dog. Or Grant Hill had a triple-double and this, that, and the other, right? Triple-doubles were rare.
Very rare.
They were rare. Rare, Hugh. Now, I'm asking, do you think the game has evolved more, like the athlete has evolved to the point where they can average this type of stuff? Or do you think something is wrong? What does this say about the NBA? Because it seems like the triple-doubles are easy as hell to come by now. They aren't even special no more. It's just, you know what I'm saying, hey, you got triple-double. Oh, damn, okay. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't go crazy no more over like, man, Russell had a triple-double last night, dog. I mean, we don't do that no more. It's not exciting no more. It's just, oh, man, he averaged triple-double. That's something.
Yeah,
I mean, how you feel about that?
Defense watered down now, man. They don't really play defense like they used to back in the day. David Stern was one of the people who seen that, and he wanted to tweak some of the rules so they can play more and it'll be more high-powered offense. And that's what I've been seeing as of late. I've seen that, and I was like, wow, man, I'm just really surprised at how things have changed now. Because when he changed the rules, he made it easier for high-fly action like, the lob guys, when Kobe Bryant and Shaq and were going crazy. It was just things that they basically put out there. And I just feel like by him helping the game evolve in the offensive take, it kind of dampered the defense, man. The defense is shady now. People have a lack of defense, and it's not really like people are out there playing ball on both ends now, man, because, that's one of the main things your boy Russell getting criticized about is he's one of the worst defenders in the game, and we all laugh at that, and it's true. But I just don't really feel like defense is really something that people put their pride in no more. You got your Draymond Greens, your Joakim Noah when he's healthy. You have guys that still play defense, but it's not really many, guys that do the defensive thing now, man. There's not really guys that you'd be like, I fear when I go to the rim now. It's not none of that anymore like it used to be. You had your Dikembe Mutombos with us. You had your David Robinsons, your Patrick Ewings, your Charles Barkley, your Gary Payton, your Rod Strickland,
right.
your Jason Kidd. You can name everybody, man, because they were great defenders. Now, I don't really think that's an asset, so that's not an accessory no more, man. I just feel like it's more or less offense, and they play more team defense. And that's why I think the problem is. It makes it more easier now because the guy's defense is not as powerful as it used to be. It's more of a joke now. And I believe the rules changes and evolving around a more hybrid offensive athlete, man, make the game more flashier on that side of the ball. And that's the reason why I feel like it's so easy to get triple-doubles, because when we seen David Robinson that time get a quadruple-double, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. But that was only like once in a lifetime, and he only got one. And they're making triple-doubles seem like it's something that you can get every day, and it's not nothing to really sweat. A triple-double is just easy. I can do that with one hand behind my back. That's how these guys are looking at it now. And it's not really like you're really being rewarded with it, not trying to take away from them and saying that they're not doing what they're supposed to do to get this because Russell and, James Harden, they're busting their ass every day out there on that court, man. But I just don't feel like the defenders are as respected as they were back then. And that's why it seems like it's a little more easier versus being more complicated in the sport.
I agree with you 100%. And it's crazy because I look at the game. The game has evolved a lot. Like it has evolved. And I laugh at people a lot when they say, oh, man, he good, but he don't be playing. He don't play defense. He don't play both sides of the ball. And I just laugh. And I'm like, nobody plays defense anymore in the NBA.
Not at all.
Like just a straight lockdown guy. I think since Bruce Bowen?
Yeah.
Probably. Who else? Like nobody really. Like you did have your specialists back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You had your Rodmans, you had your Charles Oakleys, your John Sallies, guys like you were saying, guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Specialists that just comes in, play defense, play real good defense or whatever, and they straight for the day. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard. Like you said, it was tough for guys to go to the rim back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because they'd get their shots blocked. Or, you know what I'm saying, get an intimidation foul, and, they'll think twice before they come to the hole like that. So I think they have, when they allow this type of defense back, I think this was a few years before David Stern had retired from commissioner. They allowed, like, a full zone to be played. In the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is going to be a little different because NBA is really transition basketball. So it's going to be tough for people to play zones in these games or whatever. And then when they do set up half court, in the NBA, they stretch the floor out so much. You know what I'm saying? With so many shooters, there's so many shooters now in the NBA. Like you look at it now, the NBA is played like you would play NBA Live or something, or NBA 2K. Like, how you just always shoot threes. Like, that's how the NBA are played now. You don't have really no low post guys anymore. No, really like no one-on-one play like that. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of driving kicks. You know what I'm saying? Transition basketball, three-pointers. All the time. That's why people trade now for three-pointers. Like, you give up some stuff for Kyle Korver in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? They doing that for shooters. You know what I'm saying? They need a shooter like that. So, it's, like I said, man, it's the triple-doubles are becoming way too easy to me. And before you know it, everybody's going to have triple-doubles. I remember looking at certain stuff and people spending lifetimes like a whole 20-year career and have like 10 triple doubles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these guys get 10 triple doubles in a month. And you like, dude, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to look this up right quick and see what's the triple double. Okay. So Oscar Robertson has 181 triple doubles because he averaged one. Well, he almost went 2 years averaging a triple double, right? Magic Johnson got 138, Jason Kidd 107, Will Chamberlain got 78. Okay, let me see something.
I want to know how many your boy Russell got.
Russell Westbrook got 57
already.
LeBron James got 45 of them. Oh my God! Yeah, yep. Yeah, man. Before you know it, man, it's gonna be quadruple double city. People gonna have over 10 points, over 10 rebounds, over 10 assists, and over 10 steals in a minute or blocks or some shit. Something about to happen, man. It's just too easy now, man. I wanted to bring that up because I'm like, it just seems like it's too easy to get triple doubles like that. I wanted to also bring up an NBA, man. You've been hearing this talk about Carmelo Anthony, the trade talk?
Yes.
They doing Carmelo wrong.
It's been a lot of hatred for Carmelo, definitely in New York right now, man. They definitely don't give him no love. I've seen the game, and it's sad for me to say, I was trying to go to sleep, Jay. And I was like, I need to watch something boring tonight so I can go to sleep or something I don't really watch or something I won't be interested in. So I turned to the Bulls and Knicks game. Yeah. I watched a little bit of the game, and I checked out Carmelo shooting the jumper, man, which was an air ball, and the whole crowd was on him, man. The whole crowd booed him.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was going to bring that up. Straight booty.
I said, damn, this is his home team, you know.
Straight booty, man. And I just feel like Carmelo brought this on himself though, because when he was in contract negotiation, when he was a free agent, he should have left. He knew they had a ways to go in building something in New York. Decide, hey, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Try to bring a championship here. And he's just being unrealistic with everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just an unrealistic task to me for him to bring a championship there. And they don't want to build that team around him no more anyway. That's why they brought –
not at all.
That's why Porzingis is there. They glad he worked out.
I agree.
So they can look at him now and say, okay, we're going to put our main focus on Porzingis and try to build around him. Fuck Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. And I just think this is the exact perfect opportunity for him to get rid of that no trade clause, to waive that no trade clause and be like, get me the hell out of here. I want to leave right now and send me to a contender. Just send me to a contender.
You know
what I'm saying? Send me to somebody. Right. Because that'll help out for the future. Because I mean, it's Carmelo. He still got value to a team that can do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a Golden State or a Cleveland, even a Cleveland, I'd be like, hey, give us hell. You can have our next two years of draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Give us Carmelo. Y'all can have our 2 first-round picks over the next 2 years, and we good. Because the Knicks are rebuilding. They're building for the future. You know what I'm saying? But the fans, they like, okay, we got a superstar. We got Carmelo. We got Porzingis. We got Derrick Rose over here. They gave Joakim Noah all this money. We want at least a smell of a championship or at least some competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? In the East.
Yeah.
Give us that at least. So the expectations are high. If they know you're rebuilding, they'll be patient with the product. You know what I'm saying? But I think it'll help better for Porzingis to grow up if you get rid of Carmelo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll definitely help his development.
Exactly. The onus will be solely on Porzingis then. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. They need somebody in there to know what they're doing. Phil Jackson don't know what the fuck he's doing. They need to they need to go ahead and get somebody that know what they're doing in the front office. Get rid of Phil and start rebuilding, man. Because Carmelo needs to get traded ASAP. Because it's unfair to him.
It's not
and
looking
it's
good.
Unfair. Yeah, it's unfair to him, and it's unfair to the fans, man. That, you know what I'm saying, he's got to go through this, and then they got to go through this crap. You know what I'm saying? Just trade the man, let him go somewhere where he's happy at, where he could at least contend for a championship, man, because he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Carmelo deserves it, man. He deserves to at least contend for a championship. He ain't getting no younger.
Whether you love him or if you hate him, man, that guy deserves that opportunity to say, I at least competed and I got to a championship, man, because it's really bad right now. It's looking sad for him because I remember hearing, and we talked about it on the show, him disgusting. He had a discussion saying, you know, if I can win 2 gold medals with the U.S. team, I'd be just as happy as winning 2 Olympic golds and winning the college championship, and we don't really care if I don't win an NBA championship. And that's lowering your expectations, man. It's like, man, as an NBA player, man, like, you know, AI or Michael Jordan and none of those guys would never admit to that, man, because they're too much of competitors, man. They wouldn't let that go. You know, they wouldn't allow that to come out their mouths. I feel like he at least now deserves that opportunity to compete for a championship, man. At least go to a competitor to where he can get deep in the playoffs and be able to, you know, serve as a necessity, man, so he can win a championship. Give a team that push that they need to go towards the next level.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And I think it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen before the trade deadline. If not, it's going to happen during the off season. But I expect for it to happen by trade deadline that he leaves because they're talking about it way too much. He getting booed and he unhappy now. You know what I'm saying? Because before, you know, he was shooting rumors down and stuff like that. Now he's highly unhappy. So you need to accommodate him. He's done what he can for the franchise. It's a wrap. It's a wrap at this point. You know what I'm saying? So just cut y'all losses, lick y'all wounds, and just let Carmelo go be happy somewhere. Hopefully he could be holding a O'Brien trophy up soon, man. Because I would like to see that. Football time, man. It is football time. NFL. We're going to talk divisional playoffs first, what happened this past weekend, and then we're going to go into the conference championship preview and give our picks. Who's going to be in Super Bowl 51. 3 weeks. About a month. I want to say, right?
Yep, it'll get there February the 5th.
Let me
It's about less than a month.
Let me get my math together. Yeah, okay, this week. Then you skip that week. Oh yeah, so yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yep. In 3 weeks, we'll be in the Super Bowl 51. All right. First game of the day on Saturday, divisional round was Seattle traveled to Atlanta and played the Falcons. As we saw, the Falcons came away with the win. Well, what do you think about that game, Keith? You think that game went? What was the key factors in it?
It was actually a pretty good game, man. I definitely thought that they were going to win a pretty decent game, and I thought they were going to win by a lot. The key factors was everybody was clicking, man. From Devontae Freeman, Coleman stepped in and did his dirt. Julio was Julio when they needed him. And more than anything, Matt Ryan, man, he stepped up to the plate, and he wasn't afraid. It seems like he always got rattled, man. Besides the 1 year that they got close and they almost won it, they lost in the conference championship. That was the last time they did that. But it was like they never just really seemed like he had the confidence as a quarterback to take them to the next level. And now, man, he proved that. And I think he definitely is a key caliber quarterback. But not only that, he definitely should be in that MVP vote. Man, it's going to be a close one between him and Aaron, man. But I definitely still feel like he's an MVP caliber player the way they played and how he stuck in there with the team, man, because they put a shellacking on Seattle. I thought they were going to beat them, but I didn't think they were going to do them that bad.
I think I'm with you on that, man. I'm going to be honest. I didn't pay too much attention to Atlanta this year in the whole. And I sat down Saturday and I watched the whole game. And they impressed the hell out of me, man. I didn't know their offense was that good. They took it directly to Seattle's defense, and they exploited everything and showed how important Earl Thomas is to that defense.
Absolutely.
They exploited the middle of that field so much. Oh, my God. Whether it be where they disguise somebody running the route through there and then coming back, you know what I'm saying, and throwing back to Julio or I think Sanu, and just exploiting everything about that Seahawks defense that the Lions did, which I thought I knew they wouldn't do, but you know the Falcons are just they look good, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they did go to the Super Bowl. We'll talk about that in a minute. Preview the NFC Championship game, but yeah, man, they played their asses off, and they did enough early to keep Seattle at bay and change Seattle's whole game plan around. Because, you know, Seattle wanted to try to pound the ball and try to get Russell Wilson out the pocket and stuff like that, man. And Atlanta shut that crap down early. They shut it down early, and then they got ahead early. You know what I'm saying? Got a safety, everything, man. So they played real good, man. They played their game, and they asserted their will on a hampered Seattle team. And I heard Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman was playing through a MCL injury for a while.
Yeah, they said he had that injury for a while too. Yeah,
man. That shows a lot, man. I love when I see athletes like that. I mean, I want them to be healthy ultimately. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to see an athlete hurt and stuff like that or hampered or whatever, but when they can play through stuff like that, man, it just shows how tough they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys still exist. You know what I'm saying? The tough dudes still exist, man, out here, you know, playing through injuries like that. Because those are serious injuries. You know what I'm saying? MCL, ACL, man, that's done.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, those aren't injuries that's, you know, that's anything to play with. It'll take some time to heal.
Life-threatening.
Yeah, but to play through them like that, oh man, that's something, man. And then we get to the last game of Saturday night. The Patriots and Texans. Patriots won that game 34-16, man. I'll start this off. I think the Patriots played pedestrian in that game and still won by almost 20 points.
Yeah.
They played very pedestrian in that game, like super pedestrian. So, I don't know, man. I had a hard time kind of watching this game because Houston didn't look like a divisional contender. I would have rather see an Oakland team with a healthy Derek Carr playing the Patriots. I think that would have gave the Patriots more of a talent. I know we'll talk about the AFC Championship game soon with the Patriots and Steelers, but I don't know, man. I hope this don't come back to bite the Patriots in the ass. I hope they was able to see, you know what I'm saying, like some of the mistakes they made or whatever, and they can go ahead and fix what's wrong before they play. You know what I'm saying? Because they really didn't have no competition Saturday, man. They was out there fighting.
Not at all. And you could tell, man, that defense played pretty good. But it seemed like Tom them just was missing in action, man. And they made enough plays on offense, and then the defense helped them out because with the one play, Logan Ryan got that interception, and then he run it to the 5-yard line. And then they scored, and then after that they got a 3-and-out. With Tom Savage because, they wasn't even a 3-and-out. I think Tom Savage came in and threw another pick. And then they scored again on that play, and that's when I was like, well, yeah, man, this game's about over now. And I just felt like you said, man, they just went through the motions, man. It clearly wasn't really a competitive game. At the beginning it was when it came to halftime, but then it seemed like they had the one good play in the third quarter, and then once the interception came, that's what kind of changed the momentum to the Patriots. And it was just a crazy game. I thought that they played a little sluggish and they could have played a little better. But the one thing I definitely did appreciate, James, was when I looked the next day, a lot of the players wasn't happy with that game. They know they won by like 18 points, but they wasn't excited about the game. They felt like they left too much out there on the field and wanted to do better. And they feel like now this is where they have to capitalize that. And it definitely helps, too, for them to try to get momentum where they can right now because, I've seen Antonio Brown and Mike Tomlin with the trash talking, at the end of the game when they won because, that's who they're going to play soon. But just really feel like they need to get in gear because I feel like if a Kansas City or if it was a Pittsburgh team would play much better than the Houston Texans did. And now they really need to step their game up.
Yep. That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, damn, I hope they don't, kind of take this. But seeing what you just said, man, some of the players weren't happy with that win. Even, most people, you win by 18 points, you in a divisional playoff game, they like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? We ready to go. Patriots like, man, we play like shit. Like, you done won by more than 2 touchdowns, and you play like crap. So, I think they'll be focused going into the AFC Championship game.
They definitely have to be. The time ain't getting any younger.
Exactly. And I'm going to get to their opponents right now. Yesterday was the last day of the divisional playoffs, and the Steelers played the Chiefs yesterday night, and they won the game 18-16. It was kind of a little controversial call.
Very controversial.
Yeah, with the Chiefs' last possession, they called a holding call when the Chiefs had converted a 2-point conversion. Then, once they called a hold and called it back, they didn't get the 2-point conversion afterwards and ended up losing the game. So, what's your overall take of that game, man?
The overall take of that game, too, is Ben going to have to play better, too, in order for them to do well. I felt like Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown did their jobs, and all the key players on that team. But I feel like in the defense looked pretty good. But at the end of the day, though, man, Ben's going to really have to show up for them to even have a chance. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jabari said on the road he's a totally different player versus being at home. He's going to have to consider stepping this game up because, that ain't going to fly in Foxborough. But not only that, but he definitely seemed like he played much better at home, but he's going to have to do his best to improve really fast because it's some stiff competition when you're going, man. I know they're used to being in the cold and all, but it's just the atmosphere being not at home, man, to try to control the game. So he's going to have to go out and play a little better than that. I felt like I was surprised with Alex Smith and his performance, but we've seen it during the year. A lot of the mistakes, a lot of things that they didn't do well neither in Kansas City, and that's when I was like, Kansas City made a lot of mistakes and they tripped up when it came down to when they needed them, man. And a lot of people get upset with Alex Smith and they call him, he's just a game manager. I felt like he just didn't do enough for them to win. And I felt disappointed to see the game end that way, like you said, when it came to that controversial call at the end, because it would have probably been a little bit more interesting to see what happened. But, it is what it is. The game is over now. But now it's like they're going to Foxborough. But, yeah, Ben will have to do more than kick field goals. And they'll have to do more than their, field goal kicker kicking all those field goals to beat the Patriots. They're going to have to put numbers out there on the board.
Yeah. I actually think that the Steelers played a decent game yesterday. They won just based on I think the Chiefs had enough to beat them. I just think that the Chiefs played into the Steelers' hand. The Steelers controlled that whole game. Like the game that the Steelers wanted to play, they were able to play on the Chiefs, and I feel like the Chiefs they underachieved yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to win that game. They should have won that game. They had enough to win that game. And I just think that they pretty much just gave the game away, man. This ultimately, and this is always the case with the Chiefs. They have a good regular season. They play very well, probably get a first-round bye, and get to that next round, and they fade away, man. They don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, did it come down to the holding penalty? Yeah, you could say that. But, I mean, I think the Chiefs should have been up a little bit more and not have to, you know what I'm saying, because you never want to put the game in the ref's hands. You know what I'm saying? And even though we could criticize the refs, all in all, they're still human. You know what I'm saying? They're human beings. They fuck up. They mess up. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Steelers moving on, play the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. And the Packers and Cowboys played yesterday.
Aaron
Rodgers, yes, and Aaron Rodgers strikes again. They're actually playing this game again tonight on ESPN. On NFL Network. I'm sorry. They're playing this game again, man. It was so good. It's a classic.
It was.
Packers won 34-31 in Dallas to go to the NFC Championship game against the Falcons. Aaron, like I said, I just 2 words, man. Aaron Rodgers. I told everybody he's in the zone right now. There's nothing anyone can do about it right now, from the NFC at least. it's nothing anybody can do about it, man. Right now he's just determined and destined to win another Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. I don't really have too much of an analysis on this game. Too much. Just I will say this: hell of a performance by Dak Prescott. Zeke Elliott, Dez Bryant played his ass off yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
The defense even played hard. Like they just got beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it came down to it, it was a luck of a draw. They just got beat.
Too much time left for Aaron Rodgers, man. It was too much time left for him, man.
Exactly. They just got beat, man. So that's all it came down to. Yeah. What it came down to, man. So we're gonna do it, man. Are you ready to preview these championship games?
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead and take this one, man.
Okay. All right, man. When it comes to the Pittsburgh New England game, man, I want to know who you have in that and the reason why and by how much.
Ooh, put me on the spot, huh, you? I'm gonna take the Patriots, man. And the reason I'm gonna take the Patriots is I just think Pittsburgh are not going to have enough on both sides. It may be close the first 3 quarters, but I think afterwards, that New England defense is going to show up because I don't think Pittsburgh's defense is good enough right now to hold up for 4 straight quarters of Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? So I think that New England's going to be able to buckle down and hold Big Ben down and hold Le'Veon down, late or whatever. And I actually think it's going to be a close game. I say my score, I got 30-27, New England.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. I think New England, because of, like you said, the defense playing well, and I feel like Tom Brady and the offense knew where their mistakes was. And I think it's going to be a really close one, man. But I think that I believe New England will beat them, but I think they'll beat them by 7. I think it's going to be, it's going to be a close one. I'm talking about 24-31.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a tight one.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a dogfight. Who do you have on the next one, man? I want to definitely know yours on this one because this one's it's interesting to me, man, because I've always had your boy Aaron Rodgers and I always had this, situation in football, period. A lot of people be like, well, Hugh, man, besides Brady, man, they'll tell me you can't include Brady, Hugh. This is not even Brady, man. Don't even think about him in a situation. Who do you feel like, if you're not putting Brady in the category, who is the best quarterback in the NFL? And I said I think 1 is Aaron Rodgers, 2 would be Matt Ryan. So you got me excluding Brady and not putting him in this conversation and having him going into the situation where it's going to be those 2 guys going at it, man, and going at it again because they played before in the season. It was a really good game. But I think this time around, though, man, it's going to be a different result. But before I choose mine, I'm going to put you on the spot again. Who do you have in this one, man? Atlanta, or do you have Green Bay?
Well, I think these 2 teams are pretty even. and I think this is going to be kind of a higher scoring affair as well. I'm taking the Packers 35-31. And
okay.
I think they, like I said, they match up well. Both quarterbacks match up well. I have them the same, too. I have Aaron Rodgers 1, Matt Ryan 2 right now as far as quarterback. And like I said, I said it last week. Aaron Rodgers, he on the roll. He on the roll, Hugh. And it's just right now,
scary.
like I said, the only defense I think that can contain him are the Patriots right now. If they play the Steelers in the Super Bowl, they're going to win the Super Bowl. So,
by no doubt, I definitely see that because they when they played the Steelers before, it was too much Aaron Rodgers, and I think if it ended up being them two again, I definitely would feel like it'll go to the NFC. I know a lot of people are looking at it and they feel like the Pittsburgh have the ingredients to beat New England in New England, but I look at it like Roethlisberger before a play would have to definitely step up. He would have to elevate his game. The three Bs would have to play lights out as well, and I feel like in that case, it'll be a good challenge. I definitely think it's going to be a close one, but I just don't. I feel like it's going to be a Brady Aaron Rodgers bowl, man. But at the same time, if it ends up being an Aaron Rodgers or if it ends up being a Matt Ryan versus Pittsburgh, man, I don't really see Pittsburgh having enough tools to beating those two teams because of the weapons and they just too much. It'll be too much scoring, man. I don't think that if Atlanta's defense could play half decent, like I seen what them doing with the Seattle game, then I think it'll be a problem, man, because I don't know, man, because I love Antonio Brown. He's one of the best, if not the best in the game, but, I've still got Bama blood in my veins, and I'm always, show Julio that respect he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think it's going to be a close one. But then I think it's going to be 28-31 on that one, too. But I'm still giving it to, Green Bay.
Yeah, man. It's, like I said, Aaron Rodgers on the tear, dude. And I think it's going to end up being Packers, Patriots, too. And that's the money ball right there. Like the money.
Man,
Super
they wanted
Bowl.
it for so many years, too.
It's the money Super Bowl, and I think both teams are at their peak right now. You know what I'm saying? To be there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I wouldn't doubt if Pittsburgh was to pull off.
Man, I don't doubt none of those teams right now. They're more like
New England because Pittsburgh's offense can light up, and when they light up, they're hard to slow down. So I think that the Patriots have enough to match them, but in the end, the Patriots have enough to stop them as well. So that's why I think the Patriots will go. And then, like I said, just Aaron Rodgers. He's just in the zone right now. I don't think the Falcons can match that right now. Because I don't think they're gonna be able to get enough pressure on him to really foil him or get him rattled or whatever, man. They Super Bowl bound to me. So I got Packers, Patriots in the Super Bowl 51. That's what I got right now. You got the same Super Bowl, Hugh?
Yes, sir. I'm not arguing with that.
Q ass just texted me and told me Pittsburgh gonna go to the Super Bowl. He gonna win it all. They gonna win it all.
That'll be hard. No, I don't see that, man. Definitely, if they do beat New England, which I'm not saying they can or they won't. I don't know, man, if they could be able to stop Rodgers, man. He got, man. It'll be too much on their plate.
Hell yeah, I think so too. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Yeah. But shit, man, that's about as much as we got for today, man.
Yes, sir. Now, that was a lot
man.
to talk about too.
Yeah, it was. But man, we want to thank everybody for listening to the show tonight. Thank the people who's going to be listening to it later on YouTube and on Blog Talk Radio. We thanks for the support again. Next week we'll be back Monday again, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, and we'll be talking Super Bowl 51. Well, we'll be discussing the conference championship games, what happened, and then we'll be previewing Super Bowl 51, and we'll have a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more stuff in the news and in the sports world that we could talk about. Enough material. So until next Monday, man, y'all be safe out here. Y'all take care of each other, man, and peace out. See y'all later.
See you next Monday.
All right.